Hello, everyone, and welcome to Stowe's first baseball game of the season, right here at Busch Stadium. We want to highlight HBCU baseball as it's largely underrepresented. Here are your Hornet highlights.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Baseball wasn't the only sport popping off this week. Look at our amazing Hornet ladies doing their big one on this volleyball field. Here are your Hornet highlights. To switch over to a more serious topic, the election is less than 1 month away. Tensions are increasing as Kamala Harris and Donald Trump go head to head. Stowe made to do its due diligence by promoting a Rock the Vote event to get young voters registered to vote. They also had Constitution Day, which featured various speakers to speak about the most important upcoming election. I just wanted to ask, do you think our government is heading away or towards democracy?
If we do not participate, then to answer your question more directly, if we do not participate, yes, America will be far away from the democracy that was intended, and that's intended for us today.
I appreciate that. Okay, so I had to take a moment to really digest that question for multiple reasons. Because history tells us that we are moving away from democracy. History tells us that we are on the brink of civil war. History tells us that we are on the brink of economic collapse. We are on the brink of a whole host of things. It sounds really, really scary, right? History tells us that these things are things that we should be fearful of. And the reason why people tell you every time there is a presidential election coming up, this is the most important election of your generation. This is the most important election of your generation. The last election was the most important election of our generation with Joe Biden versus Donald Trump. And it absolutely was. There are two pieces to this question, and I have to be very careful of how I say what I'm going to say. Because I do believe that we are at a very pivotal space within our country, whether we elect someone who understands our Constitution and respects our Constitution versus someone and the followers that they have who have no respect for the Constitution or for the people who have placed or went through the blood, sweat, and tears to make these particular amendments for everyone else's lives to be better. So I think a roundabout way of what I'm trying to say is, yes, we are moving toward a better form of democracy because we are actively going out and engaging young people. We are actively going out, having the tough conversations and the uncomfortable conversations, but it is always very fearful because you have to remember that Hillary Clinton won the popular vote, but she lost the electoral college. So my point is there are two pieces to this of what our democracy actually looks like. Because our democracy doesn't say if you win the popular vote, you just won. Our democracy says if you win the vote in these particular states because they have more population and they have more representatives, then you get to actually pick who the president is, which is extremely unfair. So the democracy within itself right now is not really a true democracy form because of that. But I think that right now you have a lot more people who are moving toward the mindset of we need to elect people on a popular votes framework, that we are moving towards a more democratic process and being a democratic state, but also understand that it comes with push and pull, just like an earthquake. You are going to have those little plates and they rubbing together right now. The pendulum is swinging and we are getting ready to have an earthquake. And it's whether you are prepared for the earthquake or not. And the way that you prepare yourself for that earthquake is by getting out and voting.